Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something that the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I've been badgered and I've been told that I haven't done any videos ever about David Morrell Jr. And I went back and I looked and I found that to be true. So I wanted to kind of just make this video about David Morrell Jr. just so I can get something going on him, because I really feel like he's a good upcoming fighter. We shouldn't not have any content of David Morrell. So we're breaking the drought here on True School Sports. We're going to talk about David Morrell Jr., his career, his style, and things like that. And we'll definitely have more David Morrell Jr. videos coming in the future. But, you know, David Morrell Jr., he's one of the top young fighters in the super middleweight division right now. He's 6-0 with 5 knockouts at the time I'm shooting this video. You know, a really fun fighter to watch. You know, an aggressive, athletic southpaw that likes to press the action. You know, he can box, he can get on his toes, he can do the normal Cuban style, but he has more of that aggressive style and lets his hands go. So I feel like he's bringing a lot to the table. He's bringing a very well-rounded skill set to the table, and a lot of people are very high on David Morrell for good reason. You know, for very good reason. You know, just going through his career, just his resume, which isn't a very long resume, but there's a lot of depth in that resume in those 6 fights. So starting from his 3rd fight, you know, he fought Lennox Allen, and Lennox Allen was a fighter that had 23 fights coming into the Morrell fight. The only fight that he didn't win, which was a draw, was to the very formidable and always dangerous Donnell Boone. But that was a fight where I feel like Morrell, he learned a lot in that fight. You know, Lennox Allen was a southpaw just like him, so he's getting that southpaw experience in the pro ranks early. Lennox Allen was undefeated. He was very well experienced. Lennox Allen in the first 3-4 rounds was hitting Morrell with a lot of good counter punches. But as they say in boxing, class tells over time, and Morrell began to show what level he was on in comparison to Lennox Allen as the fights progressed. You know, but you know, Allen was a guy that was dangerous the whole entire 12 rounds, and there was a couple times where, you know, Allen was loading up on some hard counters, and he wasn't a discouraged fighter. So Morrell had to really be on his P's and Q's. He had to be very switched on for the whole fight to get that victory, because Lennox Allen didn't make it easy for him. But you look at the progression of his career. You know, Morrell never fought in a 4-rounder. You know, it's rare that you see a fighter make their pro debut in a 6-rounder. He made his pro debut in a 6-rounder. Normally, most pros, when they fight, when their pro debuts are normally a 4-rounder. He debuted in a 6. So he went from a 6-rounder in his first fight to an 8-rounder in the second fight, and then straight to a 12 in his 3rd fight. And the 3rd fight against Lennox Allen, which I just talked about, was for the WBA interim title, which he won. So he's done some things in his career. You know what I'm saying? 2 fights after he fought Lennox Allen in his 5th professional fight, David Morrell Jr. fought Mario Caceres, and Mario Caceres was a guy that he built up a bit of a name in boxing because he had beaten Canelo in the amateurs. The fight right before David Morrell, he had actually scored a victory over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and made him quit. So he was coming in with a lot of momentum, you know, undefeated. Really, just good fighter, top fighter. Not a top fighter, but a good fighter. A guy that, you know, had picked up a good victory, was competent, and Morrell just blasted him out of there in 1 round, knocked him out in 1 singular round. So it was a great statement for Morrell for what he did to Caceres. And then in his most recent fight against Alantes Fox, you know, another great statement for David Morrell Jr. He fought Fox this past December in a 12-rounder, and he did what only Liam Williams has been able to do so far, which was stop Alantes Fox. But he stopped Alantes Fox in 4 rounds. You know, if you want to compare, you know, Demetrius Andrade, the great champion Demetrius Andrade, he didn't even stop Alantes Fox. So looking at David Morrell's progression, he's doing a lot of good things in his career. You know, he's shown the ability to be a counterpuncher, to be the boxer, to be the slugger, to be the front foot fighter, to be the back foot fighter. We've seen a lot, but I still think he has some work to do. You know, there's been, like, when he fought Lennox Allen, I saw that even though he took the punch as well and showed a good chin, I saw that he can be susceptible to counter punchers and counter punching. So I think a guy that's like a good, anybody who's like a good hard counter puncher is going to give him some fits. You know, someone like a Canelo, someone like a Demetrius Andre. These guys would all give him problems. So I think Morrell is good. He's going to be at that top level very, very soon. I mean, he ain't that too far off of it now. But, you know, there's definitely still a lot of fine-tuning to do. But, yeah, hell of a fighter. And I do think, you know, David Morrell is one of the next Cuban champions in boxing. He is going to be a world champion. How great of a world champion he will be, you know, I'm not so sure. But if I had to bet my money on him being a world champion, I would bet my bottom dollar on it. I think he's got a lot of things positive to look at when you talk about his skill set and what he does in the ring. And, you know, I'm looking very forward to seeing how he develops in the future. So that's just my little video on David Morrell. I wanted to just get something out there on him because I haven't talked about him yet. But you guys can let me know what you think. What do you guys think about David Morrell? How do you guys think he will fare in the pro ranks as his career progresses? And who do you want to see him fight next in his 7th fight? You know, a lot of people are already talking about him fighting Canelo and Benavidez and Andrade and Plant. Who do you guys want to see him with next? And how do you think he would fare against those big names? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.